So night one, you have one-on-one time with Charity. Now there's a few memes online that you weren't making any eye contact with her.
Have you seen these?
Of course I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know how many times people have been sending me all this stuff?
Okay, so this is a two-parter question. Was it because you were nervous? And then we're just going to jump real quick to this week's episode. And they had mentioned that you were making a ton of eye contact. Were you
trying to make up for it?
Of course. No, honestly, you guys know that first night how nervous you are and how there's
it's the worst.
I blacked out coming out of that limo. Like, I don't remember anything. So just the fact to hear that I actually enunciated and you could hear what I was saying was a win for me. But that first conversation, I think I was nervous. It was raining that night too. So I think they cut a lot of those scenes where I'm like watching this rain fall. She's saying it's cold. But yeah, I mean, eye contact, something we can all work on, I'm sure. But I try to stay present. I tried to ignore the cameras. And I think on that first night, I was probably a little too gazing around the room, and definitely tried to work on it the next one.
It's really overstimulating. Like, there's a lot. People forget that. Like, they're pretty close to you. You can see everyone standing there staring at you, talking to her. So I can totally relate to being like, okay, yes, I have this beautiful woman next to me, but I've also got like 12 cameramen in front of my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in having that conversation like with her, and I want your thoughts on this. When you first have that one-on-one time and the camera's like right in your face, and this is technically like the first time you're ever experiencing that, it's
jarring.
Yeah, it's like it's like, this is so invasive. Like, I can't do this.
It's just different, right? It's one of those things no one can ever prep you for. But for me, and I mean, we'll get into this week's episode soon, I think that was really telling for how much of a connection I felt with her, because this next time I talk to her, like, they're not even there. I can't even notice cameras. Like, it's just me and her. So that was nice. And I think the first night, there's just so much more going on. I did not have that feeling. I sadly was extremely aware of the cameras, and it took me a little bit to ignore them.